We're joined now by Francesco Rizzuto in Liverpool. He's the Dean and Head of the School of Law at Liverpool Hope University. Really good to have you back with us, Professor. Can I start with these latest revelations from the leaks concerning Russia? We should point out and remind our audience that these leaks haven't been able to be independently verified. But in this case, the Russians are being accused of downplaying the casualty count in the war in Ukraine. Specifically, the Defense Ministry is being accused of doing that. How is that likely to affect the relationship between officials within Russia with regards to this ongoing conflict?
I think that, good morning. I think that this is a classic case of disinformation and trying to sow discord in Russia. Look, we've known for a long time that American intelligence was very well informed as to what was going on in Russia. They announced when they were even going to invade. So in that sense, there's no surprises here. I think what is interesting is the way the leak suggests that the Americans are trying to use their sources of information to, how can I put it, fuel discord and disagreement between the various branches of the Russian state, Defense Ministry, the army, the mercenaries, and so on. So this is, in many ways, I think, a sort of classic case of using information that you've access to sow discord in your enemies.
So do you believe that the leaks we're seeing are actual US intelligence papers, legitimate papers that have been released to the public?
I do. I believe that the reaction of the Americans is a panic mode. Unfortunately, a young man, they've discovered who it is, and I've every reason to believe this. The young man working on a military base, trying to demonstrate to his colleagues on a game website just how powerful he is. Completely crazy, if you ask me. And he had access to them. There may have been some playing about with them, but nobody denies that these leaks, that these documents are actually authentic. If not 100%, certainly 80, 90%. So they're real documents, okay? There's no doubt about it.
What about this suggestion in the leaked documents that the UN chief Antonio Guterres has been too accommodating to Russia during its war in Ukraine? This accusation has reportedly been leveled by US authorities. Do you believe that claim to be true, that Washington has misgivings about Guterres' approach with regards to Russia?
I'm afraid I do. I think that, unfortunately, and here I'm talking about somebody who, I'm talking as somebody who believes in the Western alliance, if you like. So I mustn't be mistaken as a sort of anti-American. No, I think that the Americans have traditionally had misgivings, or let me put it this way, second thoughts about all their allies, unless their allies were completely subservient. Obviously, even the United Nations and the Secretary General of the United Nations is perceived in certain circles in the United States as too accommodating. Why? Because the Americans feel that the conflict with Russia has to be complete, not necessarily militarily, but complete in all other ways. And this ties up, by the way, with the kind of pressures that the leaks have demonstrated or shown us that the Americans have put on the Koreans. Just to mention one, in terms of rearming or helping the Ukrainians get armed. So it doesn't surprise me at all. American surveillance of their allies is standard fare. We've known this for years, really. And the fact that they would do it to the UN Secretary General and accuse him of being too pro-Russian, I think that that's a mistake. And it's embarrassing for the United States, because if the UN Secretary General, who was trying to support and assist the effort by Turkey to actually put in place that grain deal, is then accused of being too pro-Russian, well, that is really not very smart. Though there is a connection between that story and, of course, the other leak concerning Egypt, which is another interesting thing. But this is really very embarrassing for the Americans. Very embarrassing indeed.
Okay, Francesco Rizzuto, we'll have to leave it there, but great to get your thoughts as always. Thank you.